Selamlar dostlar, 2. bölümde tekrardan karşınızdayım. Şapka bizi en son Slytherin olarak seçmişti, o sınıfa yerleştirdi. Oldukça heyecanlıyım, bakalım bizleri şimdi ne tür maceralar bekliyor bir görelim. Evet. Başlayalım bakalım. Hogwarts'a hoş geldiniz. Görev başladı. Gayet güzel. Bura bizim sınıfımız. Odamız mı? Neler var abi? Benim yatağım nerede? Oğlum çok güzel ya. Vallahi şahane. Şöyle arka planımız nasıl? Alexa, expecto patronum. 10 numara oldu değil mi şimdi? Aha, burada bir şeyler var. Başka. Bizim oda kaç? 5. Ya sınıfmış, pardon. Burası 6. Kim var burada? Kimse yok. Nerede millet?
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Selamünaleyküm. Ya ne sandın? Dedikodu yapmayın lan hakkında. Oğlum çok güzel lan. Şimdi Melda'ya kendinizi tanıtın, kendinizi Omnis'e tanıtın, Sebastian'a kendinizi tanıtın. Gidelim. Bu kim? Sebastian.
Can I help you?
Selamun aleyküm kardeş.
You're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Ölmek için korkunç bir yol. Zavallı adam, sen ve Pig'in iyi olmanıza sevindim. Heyecan
It
vericiydi.
was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Ne okuyorsun?
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit.
Seninle iyi
That is a
anlaşacağız.
conversation for another time.
Seninle iyi
It was
anlaşacağız
good meeting
dostum.
you. Good luck today.
Peki. Teşekkür ederim Enes'cim. Hoş geldin bu arada.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Al, bir daha yapıyorum senin için. Bu kim? Imelda Reyes. Konuşalım bakalım.
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you. You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Biz hallettik.
We handled it.
Gerek yok sana.
And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha, not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Bak sen. Dur.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through
Bu
the
şey
spires
gibi
of the
aynı ya.
castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Harmoni mi gibi miydi? Neydi ismi onun? Zihni boşaltmak için kalenin kuleleri arasından ve Quidditch sahasının etrafından dolaşmak gibisi yoktur. Hadi bir gidelim
You're a
oraya.
keen wizard chess fan. You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Sen bize hiçbir şey katmayacaksın. Anlaşıldı. Haydi. Burada büyü yapsam ne olur?
Lumos.
Burada büyü yapsak ne olur abi? Tepki bile vermiyor adamlar lan.
I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm
Öyle.
going to make my mark here, I had to start right
Sen bizi
away.
daha tanıyamamışsın.
You're definitely
Ominous.
in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Hiç olsa haberlerin gerçi ihtiyacınız olacağından şüpheliyim.
Were
Dur
you
bakayım.
expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the four
Haydi.
founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new
Peki.
5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Hoca bizi istiyor. Gidelim bakalım. Burada işimiz bitti. Buralarda ne var? Dur. Ne oldu lan? Şeyleri devirdik orada. Geldim hocam. Yettim.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts.
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time.
Oğlum
I
bunun
believe I'm here.
ten rengi
you
çok
are.
kara olmuş ya.
Make the
Bu
most
bana
of it.
benzemiyor.
You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Aha.
Here you are.
Nedir hocam bu?
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Sevdim bu hocayı. Bir
This
şeyler
way.
öğretecek bize. Sen kimsin? Şurada ne var? Hocam bir saniye.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when
Bunu
I was a
açamıyoruz.
student. Using the
Burada da bir
guide
şey
will
var.
also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Nedir acaba?
Lumos. Revelio.
Peki. Bunları öğreneceğiz. Hepsi sırayla, zamanla. Gidelim hocam. Takip ediyorum.
The guide will
Selamlar
give you
Berkan.
opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Tamam.
Revelio.
Bu heykel İrlanda ve Büyük Britanya'ya özgü, genellikle uzun yeleli bir at şeklini alan, şekil değiştiren bir su şeytanı olan Kelpie'yi tasvir etmektedir. Şimdiye kadar rapor edilen en büyük Kelpie İskoçya'daki Loch Ness canavarıdır. Peki. Saharet. Aç bakayım Saharet benini. Bu sizin büyücülük seviyenizdir. Mücadelelerden kazanılan XP seviyenizi ve gücünüzü artırır. Devam et. Meydan okumalar. Genel ilerleme. Hogwarts'ta 2 saha rehberi sayfasını toplayın. Bir tanesini topladık şimdi değil mi? Her mücadelenin kademeleri vardır. Tamamladığınız her kademede görünüşten kritik yükseltmelere kadar özel ödüller açılır. Pekala. Çık buradan. Hocamızı takip edelim.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Bu taraftan gitsek olmaz mı? Profesör Weasley bana gösterecek daha çok şey olduğunu söyledi. Aklında ne olduğunu öğrenmek için onu takip etmeliyim. Evet. Şu neydi hakikaten?
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Haritayı aç. Bir uçuş tozu. Burada bir çeviri hatası olmuş. Hızlı seyahat noktası keşfettiniz. Keşfedilen herhangi bir uçuş tozu. Ya bu acaba şey mi? Uçuş. Ne bu uçuş oğlum? Çeviri hatası mı? Hogwarts'ta iki ana alana ayrılmıştır. Haritanın sol tarafı öğrencilerin ve profesörlerin yaşadığı yerdir ve evlerin ortak odaları ile büyük salonu içerir. Tamam. Devam etmek için büyük merdiven bölgesini seçin. Şu mu? Yok bu değil. Haritaya geri dön. Büyük merdiven nerede? Haritanın sağ tarafına astronomi kulesi, kütüphane ve seralar gibi akademik ilgiyi çekici noktalar yer almaktadır. Pekala. Şu mu? Kütüphane ek binası. Tamam. Profesör Weasley sizin için orta salon uçuş tozu kilidini açtı. Haritayı döndürmek için evet. ile orta salon 3 tozu konumuna hızlı seyahat edin. Gidelim.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You
Oğlum
can get
çok
almost
güzel yapmışlar
anywhere in the
ya.
castle quickly from Central Hall.
Geldim hocam.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be
Karanlık
sure you
sanatlar
get to
dersine
Hogsmeade
katılacağız. Hadi
as
bakalım.
soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
You
Hogwarts
mentioned
nedir?
Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
İlgi çekti şimdiden. Karanlık sanatlara karşı savunma tam olarak nedir?
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Teşekkürler.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A
Sağ ol
lot to
hocam.
absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Şüphelendiğim şey hikayenin bir eşya arayışından ve kaleye yapılan uzun bir yolculuktan daha fazlası olduğu. Nasıl bir cevap verelim? Yok ya.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is.
Hepsi bu kadar hocam. Fazlası yok.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh.
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Evet. Şimdi bir de bu hocamızla
It's good to
konuşalım.
see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies.
Hoca
Did I
başımıza
hear
çok iş
you
açtın hoca.
masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
Evet
I
efendim.
did my best, but I'm
Kötü bir
fairly certain
öğrenciyiz.
she
Çok
suspects
kötü
we're not being
öğrenciyiz.
entirely forthcoming.
Yalan
Yes,
söylüyoruz.
well, Professor Weasley is a
Hırslıyız.
brilliant and astute.
Kibirliyiz.
It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Peki. Haritamızı açalım. Mevcut görevleri haritadan takip edebilirsiniz. Şimdi. Bunlar ana görev. Ana görevleri tamamlamak hikayeyi ilerletir, yeni özelliklerin kilidini açar ve XP kazandırır. Pekala. Şimdi. Devam et. Bazı görevler büyü seviye gereksinimleri nedeniyle kilitlidir. Tamam. Şunlar ödevler. Tamamdır. Bak. Leviosa bunu verecek. Ödül. Hangisini yapalım? Bunu yapalım. Tamamdır. Seçtik.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman.
Buraya
and a
mı
good
gideceğiz?
friend.
Hocam.
I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Evet. Yeni ürünün kilidi açıldı diyor. Şuralarda bir şeyler var. Bunlar ne acaba? Yan görevler falan mı? Sen kimsin?
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I
Sonra.
have the time, I may look.
Sonra.
Could be intriguing.
Sen benim sınıfımdan
I've been
değilsin.
racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Sonra görüşürüz.
Do
Hiç
come
sırası
and find me
değil.
if you stumble on something illuminating
Bir
that
görev
solves the
başladı.
mystery.
Oğlum ben bu görevi yapmak istemiyorum şu an. Dur. Bizim şu görevimize odaklanmamız lazım. Nerede o? Heh. Tamam. Ana görevlerden devam edelim biz. Daha sonrasında yan görevleri hallederiz. Buradan mı geçiyoruz? Hadi dışarıdayız. Siz kimsiniz? Biçim değiştirme avlusu.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Nasıl alacağız bunu? Nasıl değiştireceğiz biçimimizi?
Revelio.
Bu neymiş? Dur bakayım. Revelio sayfaları. Daha bunlar açık değil. Keşfetmedik. Peki. Oyun çok fazla detay. Ekipmanlar. Ha, altın da lazım bize tabi. 41. Yok. Şu an istemiyorum. Şu an istemiyorum. Bunlara daha sonra bakacağım. Şimdilik geçiyorum burayı. Önce ders. En önemlisi ders. Oğlum nasıl yaptınız? Ben bu kadar hayranı değilim Harry Potter'ın ama her zaman ilgimi çeken bir evren olduğu için. Karanlık sanatlara karşı savunma sınıfı. Peki.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Evet. Görev. Hadi bakalım. Hop hop hop.
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Evet. Kaçırdım.
Levioso!
Kaptık bu işi. Hocam yaptım ben.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Hay. Nasıl istersen hocam. Şimdi ben onu nasıl kaldırıyorum gör bak.
With a basic cast.
Hemen saldırıyla başlayalım. Peki.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent. As Master Pruitt. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done.
Tamam. Öğrendik. Nasıl çalıştığını, nasıl olduğunu öğrendik.
We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Dostum gel. Oo.
Nothing lucky about it. This can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Alkışlayın lan.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Hocaya bak. Hoca psikopat ha. Düelloyu falan severim.
You give as good as you get.
Ya Sebastian. Sen bizi benzetemedin be oğlum. Ya
I put you on the spot and
çocuk
you
çok
rose to the
esmer oldu ya.
challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Bir şeyler daha gösterseydim be hocam. Senin odada vardır mutlaka bir şeyler. Böyle ilgi çekici. Kilitli. Tam böyle bir yaramaz öğrenci modundayım. Bu kim? Bunlar Gryffindor'dan.
Nice work.
Sağ ol dostum. Gel seninle
I
biraz
enjoyed that.
sohbet
That
edelim.
duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Asa savaşından payıma düşeni aldım.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a
Anlaştık.
secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual
Bak
skill.
sen.
Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock
Sebastian'a
tower
bak.
entrance.
Saat Kulesi'nin
you're
girişinin
interested.
yanında ne?
Till next time.
Bu arkadaşla biz iyi anlaşacağız ya. Meydan okumalarda bir şeyimiz varmış. Görev günlüğü. Burada bir şeyler var. Neler var? Görevler. Nedir? Ana hikaye görevini tamamla. Aldık. Şu an bunu alamıyoruz sanırım. Evet. Meydan okumalarımız var. Daha sonrasında nerede? Ekipmanlar. Eldiven. Bunu al. Başka ne var? Yüz detayları. Bu ne? Gözlük. Gözlük falan istemiyorum abi. Şapka. Kasket de istemiyorum. Boyunluk. Yok ya, hoşuma gitmedi bu. Pelerin. Zaten takılıymış bu. Kıyafet. Sınıf başkanı yelek üniforması. Biz sınıf başkanı mıymışız? Zaten hepsi üzerimizdeymiş ya, eldiven hariç. Envanter. Kaynaklar, yetenekler, koleksiyonlarda ne var? Burada bunları almışız. İki içerik. Pekala. Meydan okumaları şurada. Şu vardı. Şunu atladık. Hogwarts'ta 2 saha rehberi sayfası toplayın. Tamam. Haritamız. Yan görevler artık mevcut. Ha şunlar yan görevmiş. Peki. Pekala. Bunlar yan görev değil mi şu an? Burayı geçirdik. Şunlar nedir acaba? Büyü sınıfına katılın. Harita üzerinde bul. Görev günlüğünü aç. Ha, tamam. Görevler. Bu ne? Meydan okumalar, koleksiyonlar. Fazla detay. Yukarıda. Buradan mı gideceğiz?
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
Sanırım buradan gideceğiz. Doğru yoldayız. Aha. Bir üst kat.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Well, Madam Kagawa
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
She even had the rest of the class watch me to see how it's done.
Çok güzel ya. Başlayalım. Buna da başlayalım. Bu görevi de yapalım.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm.
Bu hocanın
I am confident
aksan ne lan böyle?
with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now everyone please open your textbooks.
Hindistan'la Rusya arası böyle bir...
But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Evet, hızlı girdik.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, Accio, think of this like gobstone. Excellent. Good. Not to worry.
Dur. Olmadı hocam.
Splendid!
Şimdi oldu işte.
Very good.
Lan dur dur.
Stay focused. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be
Şimdi
the
bak
blues
ne yapıyorum
just
ben.
as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Dur.
Yes, sir.
Hocam göremedim. Geldim.
Watch this.
İzliyorum.
There we go.
Şimdi bak. Bu oyun nasıl oynanır izle.
Accio.
Excellent.
Here we go.
Bu oyun nasıl oynanır izle şimdi. La çok çektik. Dur.
Well done. Let us see this.
Hile yapamıyor muyuz? Ha, kaldık berabere. Dur şimdi.
Accio.
Geç. Çok güzel.
Splendid.
Ne sandın hocam be? Ne sandın be? Bana düello göster hocam.
Let
Biz
us
bu
make
işi
this
düelloda
a bit
yaparız.
more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at
Hoppala.
this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this.
Nasıl çıktı lan o kız?
There we go.
Nerede şu top?
Accio.
Yapma. Dur. Allah kahretsin.
Don't lose your composure.
Here we go.
Aha çarptı. Şimdi beraberiz
That
bak
is how
izle.
it's done.
İzle kardeşim benim. Ya
Oh, that was an execution. Let us see this.
ha 50-50 tamam. O top dışarıya çıktı hocam, o sayılmaz.
Yes.
Şimdi işimiz daha zor.
Accio.
Çek. Yavaş. Ulan oğlum.
Almost had him.
Hayır, izin veremem buna. İzin veremem hocam. Bir daha oynayalım.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Kabul etmiyorum hocam. Bunu kabul etmiyorum.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Bak ya.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Hadi canım oradan, bana akıl verme. Bana akıl verme, kendi işine bak.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Hadi
Well,
hadi
it's been nice
görüşürüz.
talking and competing with you.
And with you. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Gideyim hocamın yanına. Hocam geldim.
A word, if you would.
If you're so inclined.
Beni istemişsiniz hocam.
Speak with me, Professor.
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Sen iste yeter ki hocam bak. Ben bu okulun nasıl en iyi büyücüsü oluyorum izlesen. Bu kim? Ne yaptık toplamda? 2. bölümde burada bitirelim o halde.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Şimdi şuraya bir bakalım ona göre. Profesör Weasley ile buluş. Bunu da yapalım öyle bitirelim ya o halde. Şimdi bu haritada nasıl gideceğiz o hocanın yanına? Direkt zaten atamış mı? Ha, tamam. Gidelim bakalım. Hocam neredesin? Lan insan şuraya bir asansör yapar. Oğlum nerede bu hoca? Burada mı?
Revelio.
Aha kişi buldum. İyi istiyorsun tablosu. Resim bir fare patronusu çağırarak tüm köyünü ruh emici ordusundan ve karanlık büyücü Raksitiyan kurtarmasını önüne. Peki. Aha. Hocam, alo neredesin? Oraya nasıl gidiyoruz? Alt katta diyor. Hah.
Watch the tile under your feet. You'll set off something foul. Please be careful.
Vallahi farklı şeyler açılıyor ha. Oğlum ben hocayı arıyorum. Nerede bileniniz yok mu? Sandık. Aç şu sandığı. 57 güzel.
Revelio.
Ha burada da buldum.
Well done besting Sebastian at dueling.
Yahu bu aşağıda gözüküyor. Ya var ya haritaya da bakmıyoruz hiç ya. Bu mu yoksa hoca? Bu filmdeki hoca olmasın? Neydi ismi? Dersten sonra Weasley. Peki.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, There you are.
Evet hocam. Beni istedin. Söyle şimdi.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Yok hocam, niye sen sürekli bizim
Nothing
üstümüze
more,
oynuyorsun?
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand.
Oh.
You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I'm eager
Hazırım
to
hocam.
get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Sebastian ya.
I'd like to
Sebastian.
go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a
Aynı
capable
kafadanız.
young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Buraya gideceğiz, anlaşıldı. Evet. Görevimizi de burada tamamlamış olduk. Yayınımızı da burada sonlandıralım. Yarın kaldığımız yerde devam ederiz. Bence gayet güzeldi. Buraya kadar her şey 10 numara 5 yıldız. Öğrendik. Şöyle 1 2 Hocaya çekebiliyor muyuz? Hocaya işlemiyor bir. Evet abi. Burada bitiriyorum yayını. Yarın kaldığımız yerden devam ederiz. İzlediğiniz için de teşekkür ediyorum. Yarın görüşmek üzere diyorum. Hoşça kalın.